Okay, I think we're good to go. So hi everyone. Hi to everyone who's joining us either here on our Zoom, on our closed Zoom chat, or also watching us on our live stream on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. So hi everyone, welcome. I think you can see that today we don't have Lachlan. We have a special guest today. We have Cody with us. Cody with the best slogan ever. If you ain't Dutch, you ain't much. So everyone, give a warm welcome to Cody. He's joining us live from Bali. He's going to be leading the live trading room today instead of Lachlan. So please, everyone, take your notebooks, grab your pens, take some notes, learn a thing or two. Cody has a lot to teach you. This guy is very, very good. And I will just join you towards the end. I'm not going to take any more of your time. I want you to enjoy this live trading room session. And yeah, have fun, guys. Good luck.
Cool. Thank you very much for the wonderful introduction. It's very kind of you. I'm going to take the screen now. I'm hoping you guys can see my charts. All right, nice and live. Beautiful. I'll just get the chat function up running for everyone. All right, a few people joining. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Some usual faces, some new people. If you're new, guys, where are you from? Where are you tuning in from? I'm always interested. It's, when I first started out with this crew, predominantly everyone was Australian, and now it's very much a global audience. So I love hearing where people are from. Gold Coast, that's my old hometown. Welcome. Germany, it's morning there yet, I believe. Guten Morgen. Andrew, that's very kind of you. Goldie, Sydney. Yeah, a few Gold Coast. I wonder if you guys actually know you all live in the Gold Coast. Sunshine Coast, my mum is there, so that's a very close place to my heart. Mel, Rick, welcome, welcome. I'll hide that just so there's more room. Southern Downs. Ah, beautiful. Um, this big red patch on my screen. Why is that? This one. Western Australia, Sunshine Coast. Beautiful. Awesome team. Well, thank you for tuning in, guys, all around the world. Thank you, Trading Pit, for having us. Bris Vegas. Oof, I did some time there. Uh, we are having a crazy thunderstorm here at the moment. Crazy. I'll just get the presentation up. Just bear with me 2 seconds, guys. I just need to make sure all the dogs are okay. I'm very sorry. Okay, we are good. The dogs are good. Everybody's happy. Yeah, that's the blessing and the curse of living in tropical paradise. It is very tropical. We're currently having our wettest wet season on record. About 30 minutes ago, probably less, 20 minutes ago, it was beautiful sunshine, and now it's absolutely pouring rain, thunder, lightning, all the works. But hey, that's all part of it. All right, team. All right, we'll get started, guys. We do have to go through some compliance, guys. Okay. Just because sometimes we get some new faces. I've had some wet weather as well. I'm in Bali, Ronald. I can't say sunny Bali. It's not been sunny much lately. Uh, but yeah, in a few weeks, wet season should be over. Or so the locals tell me. We do have to go through compliance, guys and gals, just because we do have some new faces in here. All right. You're gonna play the game today, slides. All right. We are very proud of our compliance. This is something Lockie has been doing for a very long time. I was lucky to be trained by Lockie. And he is, when it comes to compliance, he is all over it. He dots the I's and crosses the T's, especially being ex-military. So I want to keep maintain that high standard of his, guys. So we do not offer CFD contracts, guys. Um, all content and information on our website is in this presentation is for informational purposes only and should not be interpreted as financial advice. Okay. And as always, guys, results achieved in the past are no guarantee of future results. Okay. It's essential to understand this and the risks associated with trading. If you're unsure, always consult an independent financial advisor, which we are not. Okay. Trading futures and other products on margin carries a high level of risk, so it may not be suitable for all investors and individuals. Okay. Trading securities is with money borrowed from a clearinghouse. In effect, allows you to trade a larger position in the market than you otherwise would be able to compared to your trading balance. So this has the potential effect to magnify your profits, but can also magnify your losses. So very important to understand that. This is why it is termed high risk, a high level of risk in futures trading. Okay. So the information during this is general information only. Everything, all advice is given is general advice only, is implied. Okay. So your personal objectives or financial situations or needs have not been taken into consideration. I don't know you guys. I'm only just learning where some of you are from. So you should consider appropriate advice if you do need it. Okay. The past performance of this product is not and should not be taken as an indication of future performance, guys. So caution should be exercised in assessing past performance. So this product, like all financial products, is subject to market forces and unpredictable events, which we've had quite a few in the last 12 months. And given the inauguration recently, many, many speeches. So hopefully none during our session. We can have nice, smooth sailing. All right. So this presentation is for educational purposes only, and opinions are expressed of the presenter, opinions of the presenter only. All trades presented should be considered hypothetical and should not expect to be replicated in a live trading account. Okay, trading pit should be considered as general information only. The information provided by the trading pit is not intended to serve as investment advice or an offer or solicitation to buy or sell anything. It should not be considered a recommendation, endorsement, or sponsorship of any company or fund. So testimonials on the Trading Pit's website may not reflect experiences of other clients or customers and do not guarantee future performances. Using information on the Trading Pit's website at your own risk. The Trading Pit, along with its partners, representatives, agents, employees, contractors, do not accept any responsibility or liability for those use or misuse of such information. So trading leverage instruments carry significant risk, as we've mentioned, and is not suitable for everyone. Investors may lose all or more than their initial investment. Only risk capital that you are willing to lose. Okay. All right. Past performance does not necessarily predict future results. We've been over this, guys. We have to reiterate this. Okay. Hypothetical simulated performance results have inherent limitations. Unlike actual performance records, simulated results do not reflect real trading. Additionally, because these trades have not been executed, the results may have under or overcompensated the impact of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. All right, there's no guarantee that any account will achieve profits or losses like those shown. All right. Now, who am I, guys? A lot of you in here know me already. If you don't, lovely to meet you. Some of you guys may not know my background. So I actually used to be a physiotherapist. As I say, don't let the suit fool you. It's my only nice photo. I live in Bali. I do a lot of training and I surf a lot, so I don't have many appropriately clothed photos for a webinar. All right. So I've worked with athletes and sports teams for quite a while. And I spent 5 years working with military and ex-military, including special forces personnel. So it was really what it became really fascinating for me was working with people in the mental health field. And I was able to translate that into my trading, working on psychology. So I'm very passionate about the psychology of trading. We're currently doing it in Samurai. I'm teaching the 3 pillars of trading psychology, and I do one-on-one mentorship with that as well. So I found it very interesting working with, say, David Goggins of the world. And that was, it actually really enhanced my trading skills. So I've been trading for over 10 years now. I would say successfully for only 2. Okay, I probably need to update that to nearly 3. I've had many setbacks and I'll call them lessons, not losses, lessons. But once I sort of mastered my mindset, that's when trading became a lot easier. Okay, trading actually started my self-development and mindset journey. I was at a pretty low place in life, but thanks to trading, it really helped me not just financially, but mentally. So that's why I'm quite passionate about doing the same, educating others on that as well. So I'm a prop trader, mindset mentor, and trading coach and moderator at Samurai. I currently live in Bali, guys. Trade FDAX primarily. I'm a CrossFit athlete and coach. I love surfing and traveling. I was actually asked, where have you been? I haven't seen you. I was like, well, I've been busy living your life. Yeah, exactly. So I'm often away. I do try and trade while I'm away. I like to keep things simple. So I always tell people I minimalize my life, minimalize my mind, and maximize my potential. All right, guys, so you're going to see a few different things if you've haven't been with us before, okay? We have a bit of language that we use and some trading rules. So CSA, candlestick analysis, these are the big ones we like to use. Delta trading, especially you're going to hear the word V2. So we have version 1 and version 2 deltas. So we call V2 for short for the V2 delta. That is an update and it is absolutely amazing. People are getting really, really great results with that. We use a lot of Fibonacci. I'm a big fan of Fibonacci. Okay, and we can go through more of this stuff as well. We look at a lot of ratios, static versus dynamic. All right. And then we look at the ABC and the step as well. Okay, as Lockie says, let the markets do the heavy lifting. So we always let the trades come to us. We try not to force it. We don't want to get FOMO. We don't want to jump the gun too early. All right, you'll see on my screen set up like this. We have NASDAQ, S&P 500, so the 2 American markets. We have FDAX and FESX on the other side. There is, Dan, many. So FESX, we actually don't trade, but we use it more as a guide. It's the big boss of the market. Okay, so it holds a lot of the volume. So it can sort of dictate where all the others are going. NASDAQ and S&P can move in sync. Sometimes we take a trade on the NASDAQ because S&P is setting up. Sometimes we won't take a trade on the NASDAQ because S&P looks like it won't go the same direction. All right, and you'll see that as we get into it, guys. So this is the European Open. We take trades across those 3 markets. We are predominantly shorter range traders. Some do take longer range targets. Depending on the volume, it can be 5, 10, 15 trades we get in a session. Yep, we can, mate. Typically, some people split contracts. We can talk about that later. We have volatility, and risk to find targets, risk to find stop losses as well. All right. For the US close, which we're not doing today, we can get a lot more trades, but it is a lot faster, a lot riskier. However, there is a lot more opportunities. All right. So just a reminder, guys, we do profit first in the live trading room and education comes second. So You can ask me as many questions as you want. I get to them as soon as I can. If I don't answer your question, I'm not ignoring you. I'm probably just helping someone get in and out of a trade, okay, or trying to identify a setup. So please don't take offense. If I forget it or I go too long without answering your question, maybe I have forgotten, just send it again in the chat and I'll get to it eventually. Or I may say, hey, I'll get to that in a moment or in the last 15 minutes. So the last 15 minutes of the hour, we don't take trades. That's just a rule we have. So that's a really good time to ask questions. And if you need me to go over anything, I'm more than happy to do it then. It's a little bit easier then. All right, time and charts. So quite a few of our trade setups go for at a over 90% strike rate. So I have a particular setup which I've taught many people. It runs in the very high 90s. It doesn't come every day though. It's probably 2 or 3 times a week. But I only need 2 or 3 trades a week. So yes, we do run at a very high strike rate. Everyone has different trading plans. There's full transparency. So if you want to see any of our trading videos from the past, just head over at Samurai Day Trading on YouTube or even on the Instagram trade, and we highlight our trades of the day. All right, if you're brand new to trading, guys, just watch and listen for today. Stick to simulation, answer the questions you need. We've sort of been over that. If you're an experienced trader, you guys know what to do. Take whatever you desire. Stick to your trading plan as always. Okay. I'll always give you a few targets and give you the pros and cons of every trade. All right. Beautiful. All right. We've got that away. Let's have some fun. Let's look at the markets now, guys. Oh, it's all changed. I love when this happens. I draw my Fibonacci before we get into the room and then things all move around. That's okay. We'll go through it. So with the US markets team, you can see we're starting. We've been discussing this over the last week or so when I've been in the room. We had this nice downtrend. So not that we are trend traders or we trade trend lines. I know some of you might. That's nothing wrong with that. We don't necessarily do. We can see we had this downtrend sort of a channel here. If you're going to unlock for me, please. We had this bit of a channel here. It kept resisting at that level. It's finally broken through. It's taken out any stop losses that would have been here. Okay. And now we're heading up to this area here to try and take out the stop losses that are sitting behind that candle. So the stop losses, they're actually going to be sell orders. Okay. So if we do hit this previous high up here, okay, it's going to actually get a bit of resistance off that and come back down. Now that we've got this little lower low, we've actually made an ABC. So we've made that extra leg now long, which we'll see more clearly on the 4-hour chart. So for your larger Fibonacci, I like having this one on just so I can clearly see where that previous high was, which is at 22,111. That sounds quite nice. 22,111. It's easy to remember. But then that's your other Fibonacci there. Okay, so that's the large one that they're playing with. They're failing at the 76s. You guys know I love 76s. If you haven't been in this room before, you do now know that I love 76s. I'll get to some mics soon when I can. All right. Cool. Now this may look a little bit messy. That's because I've got everything on at the moment, but you can see those weekly 76s. So even though it says 78.6 and 76.4, we call them the 76s, or Lockie calls them the twins. All right. So if I say 76s, I mean the 76 and the 78. It's just a mouthful if I have to say both all the time. So looking at Fib extensions, guys, if you like Fibonacci extensions, which I do, this is probably your most immediate one. So whenever I draw Fibonacci, I always look for the most immediate and then the most relevant. All right, so this one fits really, really nicely. There's your ABC pattern there. Okay, you can see we honored the 141 and we fell just shy of that 1618. All right, so I really, really like that one. Quite often when it fails at the end of these extensions, so 141, 1618, it does come down to the 100 of that same extension. So I'm not going to be surprised if we do come back down. Now, if we do start falling, team, you're simply going to draw your Fibonacci up to catch them on the way down. Look where that 50 Fib lines up with. It lines up with the old 76s. All right. So we could have a bit of fun today. All right. There is another fib extension here. If we do keep climbing to the high side, we're going to put this one on. All right. I'm going to take that off now. It has honored, it hit the 133. It didn't quite hit the 141. All right. But that if it goes to the high side, I'm interested to see if it gets up to this 1618. All right. 60-minute fib team. I've drawn it here like this. If we start coming down, I'm still leaving it on because I know there's a few of you that like the 90% trade. So that's going to be your 90% reversal there. There's quite a few little lower lows. So if we keep falling, it could be that 76 that they're going to trade. All right. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep that one on. I'm going to make this another color and call that a 15 because I know some of you will like that 90. Some of you are going to like these 76s. And then if we keep falling down, we just move this down to keep finding where they might fail at. Okay. And that's what we're looking at on NASDAQ. Looking at S&P, got to get a wriggle on. All right, very similar story for you guys compared to NASDAQ. Again, we don't have to draw these lines on. You can see it broke out of this downtrend. It swept the highs up here. We're now pushing up to these highs. So there's going to be stop losses hiding up there as well. Because we had a big sell-off on this candle, the market sort of wants to make that equilibrium and make it a bit more balanced. So it's going to have to come back up to here, which we discussed on previous evenings. We've pushed through those 76s. I think I marked it on here yesterday. Actually, it would have been a few days ago. I said it's highly likely we're going to come up to this candle up here, which we've touched just there. So we're in a line with it there. So that's potentially why it's reversing. It could be reversing because I told it to, or it's just reversing because it wants to. Who knows? All right, so if you push through again, some of you like that 90 Fibonacci. If you're taking it off these highs there, you can see it's already touched that. So I'm going to leave that up to you guys depending on how you draw it. All right, in terms of fib extensions, it's a nice one here. I use extensions just to see where we could go, and I love seeing them overlap. All right, so this is one here you could have on. If we keep climbing to the high side, you can see the 133s up there. It's just come back down and held on the 100. So that's why I don't mind this one at the moment. Okay. There is a larger one though on the daily chart. Sorry, there is a larger one just here further down. Where did I put you? Oh, that might be invalid now. Yeah, that's invalid. I'll get rid of that one later on. Oh, I think it was this one here. Nope, this one. It's on a weekly chart. Sorry, team. So I had this one on previously. This is your larger fib extension because it hit that 133 and has reversed back. So if we do push up, look to it fail at that same point again. Okay, coming down the 60-minute chart, same with NASDAQ. Okay, I'm actually going to stretch out this 60-minute fib down here. All right, and I'm going to turn that other one that we had because we've broken through it up. Stay there. Up to this point here. Because that 90 is there, and I know some of you really like trading the 90% fib. If we keep falling, your next station or point to draw from is going to be here. Okay. Which is actually going to overlap quite nicely. So that is how I've drawn up ES. So we have pivots in our indicator set at Samurai. So these lines here, S1, so that support one, yesterday's low is also a pivot. They're quite a while away. Previous pivot here, you can see it it's just blown through it today. If it pushes back up, we could see a reversal off that. If it pushes into these 76s, we could see a reversal off that on the opening candle. I quite like this open and gap because there's two pivots sitting there. NASDAQ, similar story for you. If you push up to this area, there's 3 points of resistance, and we'll have others up there when we redraw our fibs. But to the downside, there's quite a long way to fall. So if we do start falling, team, on the American markets, it's got a long way to go. Okay, we can kind of look at the European markets in sync because we are at all-time highs. We keep pressing these all-time highs. So on FDAX, you can see we've finally broken the all-time high. you can start drawing fib extensions on. We're really only using extensions today. That's a really nice one there, almost honored to the point. And FDAX, you've got this one here that has been honoring really well. You can draw the larger one there as well. You can see that 1618. If you want, you can take it back further. If we stick pulling to the high side, okay. So it's quite difficult at the moment because we are just using extensions. All right. So looking at FDAX, as this is our main priority, I've simply just drawn a 4-hour fib down to catch them on the way up. Oh, come on. In the 60-minute chart, not seeing too much there. It's blown through that fib, so I can get rid of it. As I said, I marked these up about 40 minutes ago, and the market's taken off without me. So there's a nice Fibonacci extension here. It was failing at that 1618 absolutely beautifully. It's now pushed through. If it keeps going up to the high side, we'll quickly use this one to sort of give us an indication of where it potentially could go. All right. But we'll have to change some fibs on the run because we are pushing through. So bear with me. I think we're almost covered. Yeah, we're pretty much covered there on FDAX. So the FESX, not that we trade it, but we use a bit of a guide. Again, it's only at extensions. So we got that 1618 that it failed off. So that's your daily extension. Okay, you can see it there failing. If we start falling to the downside, that's going to be your 4-hour Fibonacci retracement. Okay, it looks like it's starting to turn. It was falling again when I mark these up. It's always good fun when this happens. All right, this is going to be an alternative extension. If it does start going to the high side again, to the downside, I've drawn this one on as your 60-minute, just here up to catch them on the way down. Again, this is more of a guide to see if FESX fails at a point and starts turning, we start to see FDAX failing and turning as well. All right, guys, I'm just going to move this out of the way. All right, so a bit of a mouthful, everything happening, of course, at once. All right, so daily volume is 50,000. So that should be a sort of a moderate day. I think we're going to get anywhere between 8 to 10 trades. The volume is good, PVI. So this gives us a guide on the volatility. So it's good. It's not too crazy. Should be nice, comfortable movement in the market. But hey, who knows? Given the current point we are in the world with what's going on everywhere. So guys, just doing some final checks in the background. Please make sure you've got the right accounts loaded. If you're using a copy software, make sure the right accounts are copying over. No, I can't, Greg. We just trade these 4 markets. And I don't know how to analyze them, so I'd be doing you a disservice. No, these are the ones I specialize in. And on Thursdays, we just focus on these 4. But perhaps in the future, mate, we might look at those Forex pairs. Oh. All right. If you don't trade the opening candle, guys, then just stay out of it or switch to sim. Yeah, these are futures markets. So we're trading indexes. And you're going to see a big explosion once the exchange opens in 25 seconds. So wait and see. Opening candle, we focus primarily on euro. But if the opening candle setup is there on the American markets, I'll try and identify it for you. You're looking for a reversal off the 90, otherwise pushing up into the PP. FDAX, this pre-top, I don't like today. All right, it's gone already. Well, let's wait it for go climactic and wait for a minute to pass. These 76 is going to be a potential better trade. The pre-top, once it goes climactic and through a minute, you do have permission to go short at 410. It's already pushed through it very, very easily and quickly, though. So some of you may already be in and out, but typically we wait the full minute. ES, you're looking for potential reversals off the 76, only if that is your trade setup. All right, so I always try and identify as many trade setups as I can. If that's not part of your trading plan, then simply do not take it. Only take the ones that are part of your plan. Okay, I always give you the pros and cons of each entry. NASDAQ, you're not taking that 90 reversal now. It's going to blow your wrist too much. All right. FDAX, if you get the lower low on the 50, you can look to go long at 96 or 97, depending on your trading plan, only if that is your trading style. Some people go long off the 50 of the day. Okay. Again, if it's not part of your plan, then don't take the trade. All right. Going to look for some fib extensions to the downside. There's nothing there. We don't have any news announcements during our session today, but there is a lot of Canadian news later tonight. The market has been very interesting this week, given the American presidential inauguration. So I have not seen that 50 get picked up if that is your trade. I think now the opportunity for that is about to go. Still valid. Well done, Ron. Oh, you've taken that entry. Yeah, well done. All right, we're climacting. We're starting to fail. We've got ES. FESX is failing at multiple pivots here. It's pre-market bottom. It's open. So that 50 is still tradable for now. So you got a 4-hour fib there from here. I can bring that one over soon. All right, if we're not playing that game, we could be playing this game. Like I said, it's almost a guessing game with these Fibonacci today. There's so many choices. So I'm going to bring that on quickly. You got an overlap. The 76s are overlapping with the Fibonacci extension, so I quite like that area as a potential reversal, if that is your trade. ES didn't quite make it to that 76. I said it was one tick short. It pushed into those extensions. So if you waited for the touch, just missed out by one tick. If you took it off the extensions, you've been paid. So well done on that. All right, we're in the last 90 seconds, so we aren't going to take any new trades. You're just managing current positions. All right, I'm just going to tinker with some larger charts just to see where else they could be failing. It's safe to say this Fibonacci is not useful for us anymore. There's another extension just here on the 60-minute chart. There, that's going to be your 60-minute extension short. What's a bet? I put on all these fibs about going short and it turns and goes long. Oh, well, that's what we do. All right, so this is going to be your new 60-minute, and we're going to make this one the 15. All right, S&P. If you come down, make a lower low, you can look to go long off that 76 at 725. Or if you like the 133, you can go long at 775. Nasdaq, I want you to come into these Fibonacci retracements before looking for the reversal. I can't send you short on that candle. The risk is too much. That's your only options at the moment. FDAX, you're looking for the higher high, and you can go short under the pre-top at 210. Okay, if you trade off 76s pushing into there, you can go short. I think that 50 paid, that 50% trade did pay, but it went too late, so some of you probably would not have got into that trade. Well done, Remy. Well done, Matt. You did take that 50 of the day trade. Well done. Lower low, you can take that trade again off the 50 of the day. That's your two options on FDAX. A 30-minute extension. On NQ, is that NQ? Ahmed. I look at the 60. All right, I'll make that a 30 and see. Are you drawing it like this? Oh, you're using that as a high. As okay, like that. Yeah, it's ugly, but it's there. It's not true because it's higher than the previous high, but hey, if it works, it works.
Hey, Code, I've got a wraparound fib on the 4-hour SPR at the top.
Okay.
We're at the 161.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna have to move. It's too much happening on this chart. My liking. I'll put this on different color. All right. Okay, that is dog's breakfast. All right. So whether you like the 15-minute fib, that 30-minute fib, the 4-hour wraparound fib extension, they're all overlapping in the same spot. How good's that? Neither of them have touched it again. So I really like the lower lows. FDAX, I want you to make the higher high before going short. You guys know I love that setup. If you don't worry about the higher high, you just want to go back to Fibonacci, which is at the 76 now, and you can go short at 410 if that is your trade setup. Just a reminder, yes, that is still a high percentage trade, but it's not as high percentage as waiting for the higher high. So that's up to you guys and your trading plan. If it closes that, yes, that's an SBR long. Yes. Another extension here. Don't like it. All right. All right, we're inside the last minute, guys. So definitely no new trades. You're just managing current positions. I don't think there was anything picked up. Louis, you got that off down here. Well done, mate. So still the same trade setup as previous. So NASDAQ on the next candle, I want you to make the lower low, then go long. Depending on your trading plan, if you're going off that Fibonacci, or the ones down here, the 76s. If I zoom in, I know it's a little bit messy, guys. I just don't want you to miss anything. Some of you will trade off this pink one. Some will be off this black one. Some will be off the red one, and some will be off the green one, depending on your trading style. Okay, I want it to push through, make a touch, and you can go 2 ticks above. That will be your entry price. Okay, ES, I want you to push into these Fibonacci here. So that purple one and red one there, they're overlapping. There's a bit of confluence. I love confluence. You know that. Your entry is going to be at 7.25. Okay. FDAX, you're looking for the higher high and then again short at 410. It's the exact same trade setups as before. Only if they are part of your plan. If they're not, then you're not taking any of those trades. You're waiting for a pivot reversal or something that is part of your plan. Oh yeah. Cole, I'd probably only take when it's is it the same as NASDAQ, Ahmed? That one there? What other extension have you got on? So you're using the match tie. Where's your thing? So you're using a match tie like
This
that.
match, yeah, this is the last ABC.
Okay. I got that at a 233. So if that's your trade, that's your setup. Great. I'm more of a 161, 141 guy. It's 2 seconds, team. All right, Naz. Left axe has not given us the higher high yet, which is very annoying because it's gone and paid. I wouldn't take that V2 long, guys, just because you're into a pivot. Oh, tough day so far. Nothing setting up, but that's okay. This is the game we play. Hey, Greg. 10 and 10 on oil. Well done, mate. So Greg has been with us for a very long time. We call him Sir Greg. He trades oil. He pretty much just joins us out of sympathy to grace us with his incredible presence. He, I like to say I pretend to think he likes enjoys our company and the camaraderie. Greg trades oil and trades it very, very well. From Luxembourg, wow. What a truly international room. I love it. All right. So we aren't taking any trades because we're inside that last minute. FDAX, you finally got your higher high, but you haven't closed below. If you close above, guys, you're going to have permission to take these V2 deltas long, especially this one here because it's outside the range. Now, some of you like a retrace push through the pre-top and take it long above. Oh, that is gapped up. That should come down. Daxi, that is an efficient candle short. Yes, it is valid. I would just be careful because we're coming into that resistance point. So there's going to be traders who want to go short under this. Okay, if that is your trade, set up the entries at 475. Just a reminder, you're pushing into lots of Fibonacci levels. Other traders are going to wait for it to fail here and then go long 2 ticks above. Yes, there's a 15-minute, a 30, and a 4-hour round turn all sitting there at the same spot. Ooh, B2 short. Be careful taking that because it's through the pivot, but it is valid. Ooh. So you've got the retrace now. So some of you might like to take the pre-top or these V2 longs, only if that is your trade setup. NASDAQ pushing into those 76s and 141, which you identified before. ES, I'm waiting for the lower low on you before going long. Yeah, Louis, volume is not. Oh, yes, FDAX volume below 300 on the previous candle. So just be careful here. It's been a funny week, Louis, in terms of volume.
Yeah, pretty hot and cold, hey.
Yep. Bit like a Katy Perry song. Yep, that's the 15-minute 141 there. Some of you will be long off that. So as we discussed, there's going to be multiple different traders. People will be long off the 141, off that 76, off the 133, and some will be waiting to go long above here. So if you're off that 76, you have been paid. Yes, you've not made your lower low. Daxi, I don't think you've actually picked up anyone just yet. All right, so if you're through the 133, you've been paid. There's a 90 there, you've been paid. The 1618s, whether you're on the round turn or the 30-minute one, I think it was, you've been picked up now. We'll wait and see. Obviously, the 76s, which we identified a lot earlier at the start, were the winners. So it all depends on your trading plan. FDAX, if we close below this pivot, that V2 is going to look absolutely divine for a short. Oof. I always have music playing in the background when I trade, and an absolute banger has just come on, so my mood has suddenly lifted. No, not today. Not today, mate. Only on Fridays. All right, if you're off these 161s, I believe you have touched target at 20 ticks. If you went down off the lower entries, you're well through. How do you know that song? Jeff's a big Katy Perry fan. You've just found out. On you, Jeff. Yeah, well played, well played. All right, team. So looking at the next candle, this is what we call a FECAT, a first efficient candle after a turn. People who trade the US Open, this is a trade that Fred coined. If that is your trade setup, you know what to do. You're waiting for a retrace rejection, and you can enter at 402. If you want the V2, you're going to need it to retrace up, preferably into this 76, and then you can go short at 411. That's all I have for you. It's got a little gap, so I'm expecting it to come back up. There's a lower low on NQ, so you have permission to trade these levels again. Okay. ES, you're not getting the lower low, but you are getting that push off. So lower low, that should go really well. I'm still wanting it to come to that 141.76 that's hiding just down here before reversing. Okay, NASDAQ, you're pushing through. FDAX, what are you going to do? You've skipped a lot of people and just taken off. Very frustrating. We've got FESX into the gap. So it's gap of the day, so that could hold up FDAX. No, it just went. So I doubt anyone got on the FDAX. The entry was at 402. It has gone through its first target, but I doubt anyone got it because there was absolutely no retrace. NASDAQ, you flashed up by the looks. Potentially gone through first target for some of you. We want it to go 20s. So to be safe, that will be up here. Just checking, make sure no news has come out. No, nothing. Yes, you finally got that push into there. You've pushed back up. I'm not sure if it went fours yet. 7, it's on 3s. I wanted to go through a couple more just so I know everybody's been paid. So we waited for this reverse, this push into that area before. FVS, FDAX, if you like the reversal off the 50, it is there setting up. Only if that is your trade. There are traders who do like that setup. You got the 50 of the rundown sitting there as well. FESX pushing into its gap. So you might get some resistance there. Okay, NASDAQ, you are definitely through 5s. ES, you're definitely through target. Well done. So you can see the power of the lower low. That's my favorite trade, lower low. And you have gone. And ES, you have gone. Look at that team. We waited, and we finally got. Well done, everybody. So we clearly identified this. We've been talking about it for 23 minutes now, hitting this area. As soon as it hit that, we got that beautiful rejection. Everyone got paid. NASDAQ, we waited for the lower low on this candle, and it went. We waited for another lower low, and it's gone even further. That is absolutely textbook. It wasn't off a pivot. I much prefer off pivots. You guys know that. But when you've got what I call confluence of multiple Fibonacci levels overlapping at the same area, they can act as a pretty big resistance because there's so many different sets of eyes on that one zone. No, thank you, Jess. Well done. Yeah, nice, Andy. Nice, Murray. Well done. Debraj, Jeff. Yep. Yep, nice, Cole. That's a great trade too. Remy, well done. Beautiful. All right, team, you've all done well, so we'll see you tomorrow, yeah? Only kidding. Oh, FX. I got 5 in ATM. That's gone much further. Mark Noble, welcome to the party. Well done. Jeff, beautiful. Profit to profit. Oh, thanks, Remy. That's too kind. I'll have to send you some money for saying that. Oh no, you're kidding, Kev. Yep. So, Nasdaq, you have a 4-point turning bar. Your risk, I think your risk is going to be too much. You're going to be sitting about 75, 80 ticks of risk. If you can handle the risk, you're going to draw a Fibonacci up to catch them on the way down. Okay, and your entry long will be at 15 even. If you get a V2 Delta long up there, that'll be really nice. S&P, you haven't got a 4-point turning bar because of your volume. You're only 1x efficient, so I don't like that. And you're into the bottom of the MDI. So I don't like that trade. Better trade for you is coming down, lower, low again, and going long. FDAX, you're not taking that V2 long because of the pivot there. Two options is lower, low, and long off that 50. Okay. If that is your trade setup, or higher, high, and short on the pre-market top. If none of those are your setups, then you're going to have a drink of water or tea or beer or whatever and not take a trade on this candle. I only say beer because I know Nathan will be having beer. Well, it's Thursday. Maybe he has vodkas on Thursday. I don't know. He's the king of FDAX, so he can do whatever he wants. Oh, he's not in with us today. Damn it. Another 10 by 10 on oil, Greg. On fire today, mate. Well done. And some ES, bit of ES change. Oh, Nathaniel, perfect. You've hit your KPI and you're out. Beautiful. So that's something we teach. Guys, if you hit your KPI, your daily goal, as soon as you hit that, just walk away. I won't be offended if you leave me early. Because I would do the same. You guys know I love a sunset coconut on the beach. So generally, if I'm not moderating, as soon as I hit my goal, I'm out. I think 1 point on oil, I think it's 10 US dollars. Greg might be able to answer that. Yeah, it's 10 US dollars per point. So I think that's about a $15 Australian. Per tick. Thank you. Nice, Louis. Oh, these V2s look absolutely delicious. I just can't do it assuming a close into the pivot. We close over. This V2 on FDAX is going to be beautiful. But your volume looks terrible. You're under 100 and we've been 3.5 minutes into the candle. So it's sort of been the story of the week is a hot start and then goes sideways. I think because markets is kind of around all-time highs, especially on Europe, they're getting that little bit of confusion. I guess with so much happening in the US at the moment too. That's all right. Yep. SBR long setting up the 15-minute charts. Correct. Let's see if they trigger this time. Both looking beautiful. FDAX, no trades on the next candle because your volume's under 300. So if you're unaware of that, guys, as soon as FDAX dips below 300, we don't take a trade. It just doesn't move as well as it normally does. And all our algorithms and trade setups, particularly the setups that I've practiced and have done the research on, don't respond well when the volume drops under 300. So to eliminate losing trades, I just simply don't trade when the volume dips under 300 on that. Oh, it's so going to be so tempting because the high and short on that's going to be absolutely delightful. Nazi, you're looking for the lower low and long again. If that is your trade setup, the risk was too much on the 4-point turning bar, so we didn't get into that. ES, you're looking for the lower low and long again. Oh, you took that. Well done, Remy. Remove that. I want FDAX to close like that and the volume be over 300, please. That can count as my Christmas present for this year. Ah, there you go. It's already done it. Oh, well. There's a lower low on NASDAQ. If that is your trade setup, your longs are setting up again above these. We've now taken it. We've taken the single touch once. We've taken the double touch once. So this should be the last time I'd be willing to take this trade because it is Fibonacci, not pivots. They don't hold as strong as our pivots do. Eventually, they will break through. What's your risk? Your risk is still okay. Into fantasy KPI. Well done, Remy. Please walk away. Thanks for joining, mate. Glad you had a very profitable day. You've had a very good week, mate. So congratulations on that. All right, last 90 seconds. We aren't taking any trades for NASDAQ. If you've got an order on there, you haven't picked up yet, so please take it off for now. FDAX, it's very unlikely we're going to get a trade based on your volume. ES, depending on how you close, you're either looking for the lower low and long. If we close below these positions, there again is a little bit of resistance here. You can look to go long off that if you're a single touch reversal trader. Otherwise, this could become an efficient candle short, and if that is your trade, we'll wait and see how these candles close in the American markets first. All right. NQ, that's a 1 times efficient candle short. I prefer a minimum of 2. If you don't mind that, your entry is going to be at 88.75. Okay. Your risk is going to be set over 70 ticks. So that risk is probably going to keep most people out. So if it's keeping you out, don't take the trade. So you would wait. If you are taking it, you've got a structured retrace rejection. ES, you've got the same setup. You're into a little bit of resistance here. If you don't see that as resistance, it's only 1 times efficient. Like I said, I prefer a minimum of 2. You're going to put the retrace rejection. Your entry will be at 625, 6.25. Only if that is your trade, and you can hold the risk and you like 1 times efficient candles. So efficient candles essentially just means we look at the volume. So that candle is clearly bigger than the previous candle. So yes, that's efficient, but it did it on twice the volume. So it's all about ratios. So it's twice the size, but it did it on twice the volume. So it's probably only 1 times efficient. All right. This one's probably, yeah, it'd almost be 2 times efficient. It did it on 1.5 times the volume. Okay. And it's only double the size. So that's sort of how efficiency works. You can see on FDAX, for example, this candle here is clearly greater than 2 times the size of the previous candle, and it did it on very much similar volumes. That's why it's 2 times efficient. FDAX, still no trades for you because of your volume. FDAX, your volume is killing me. That 50 fib trade is gone again. There's a reason we have rules though. All right. So if you did take that efficient candle short, you've been paid on both American markets. ES, please manage your risk. You're popping into more resistance again right now. We might have to now start readjusting Fibonacci again. That one's expired. Okay, you'll start looking at larger time frames. You've expired. Oh, NASDAQ. Oh, yes. Is that the reason why you failed? 133 and 141. So our extensions seem to be working there. All right. What else can we find? Is there something here? It's kind of already gone through that, hasn't it? That's why it's turning. Through that one. There's potentially that one. We just got to be super careful reversing too many times. Like we did, like I mentioned up here, guys, we got a single touch that went well. We got the double touch, we went absolutely beautifully. And so if we get the lower low, just be careful because we've already done it twice. The fibs may not hold. When it comes to reversing in markets like this, you don't want to be trying to catch a falling knife. Couple of points of resistance here, so you might see a bit of a bounce if that is your trade set up on NASDAQ. Otherwise, there's absolutely nothing valid. I can't send you short on that signal. I can't send you long. Some of you might like the resistance into here, but again, we might just be searching for a trade now rather than waiting for the market to provide a nice clear signal. Clearly, ES failed at these 2 points. Okay, that overlap. Lower low, you can look to go long if that is your trade setup. Your entry price will be at 105.50 once you get the lower low. FDAX, oh, your volume almost got back to good enough. There's no real trade setting up for you. If you're a dynamic trader, you're looking at a potential long off this 76. I think there's going to be a fib extension sitting near there as well, eyeballing that. You got the 133. So a failure into here and you can go long, probably around 374, 375, depending on your trading plan there, guys. Uh, 291, still under 300. Some of you might say that's good enough. Others might say it's still under 300, so I'm not taking a trade. It's up to you. Where's your previous low? Found you. FDAX. Maybe. 60-minute fib there. 50. Is that why it's failing? We will see. Oh, potentially could have gone long off that. Oh well. Yes, triggered. Not sure if it paid. They were drawn up to catch them on the way down on the 4-hour chart. Give me 10 seconds and I'll show you. I think ES has gone fours. ES has definitely gone fours now. Yay, well done, Gis. Great trading. So again, we waited for the lower low. Long, I think I gave the price at 105.5. You've taken it at 105 even, which is fine. And it's now gone well and truly through the fours. Awesome, Louis. Awesome, Gis. Well done. Jeff, which market's that one, mate? Thank you. Okay, I'll have a look. Well, we're going to look at the 4-hour chart anyway. So the last 15 minutes, team, quite often, most traders don't trade the last 15 minutes. This is when the volume can get a bit funny. The market can react a little bit differently. It was a European-only rule, but a lot of the American market traders have adapted that. I think this 60-minute fib might be spot on FDAX, by the way. All right, let's look at the 4-hour chart on NASI. Hang on. That's a static bar reversal now on NASDAQ long. It's off Fibonacci extensions, nothing else. Okay, so if you trade in the last 15 minutes and you like SBRs off extensions, your entry price is going to be at 86.50, 86.5. Okay, S&P, you have the same setup. You've got an SBR off extensions. Okay, if you don't mind the last 15 minutes, your entry is at 7.25. Otherwise, you got the lower low and long again at that 105.50. All right, looking at the 4 hour. So, oh, that's what I did. The green fibs are actually a 60-minute fib. I think I was just moving very quickly, trying to get everything on. So that's the 60-minute one there. Sorry?
The market's freezed.
Ah, that's okay. It'll come back in a sec. And then the 4 hour one I just drew from here because it was honoring those 76s at the time. All right, let's see if I'm still connected. It's interesting the 15-minute chart is still working. Yeah, so my apologies, Ken. Yours is frozen as well. Okay. I don't feel so bad then. All right, maybe I'll just disconnect and reconnect. That solves everything in the world, doesn't it?
I think all because mine is same.
All right. Everyone. Wow. Amazing. Well, it can't be my internet because I'm still talking to you guys. So the fact everyone else is having the same issue gives me some confidence. Oh, look at that. The V2 forming above it. So I just went off and on and it's working, guys. So there's a beautiful long setting up on NASDAQ. ES long has triggered. Everyone back on? Beautiful. That's so funny. Anyway, last 15 minutes. So we don't normally take a trade anyway, so it's a good time for it to have gone out. Look at that gap down on FDAX. Huge gap down there, and then went up and closed the gap. Interesting. FESX is reversing hard. So take that one off. I don't think it'll be this fib extension yet, but this is definitely a longer range one. So we'll look at this more imminent one here. Where it could go. And you got the 15-minute one like that. Very, very interesting. Yes, Ray, I can. Where was it? There was one here. Cool. So 4-point turning bar, because it needs to meet 4 requirements. So this is a 4-point turning bar. Oh, this one here. All right. So first requirement is it has to be efficient, which it was, and then close outside the range. Okay, so it closed outside the range of the previous candle. That's quite obvious. It's efficient, 2 times efficient. It's twice the size of the previous. So essentially, it's created a bigger candle and it has to be on less volume. So you can see that the volume of that candle, which is that green part here, was less than the previous. So what the market's telling me is it used a lot more volume trying to go down. Okay, and then this candle, which is bigger than the previous, it gained more territory on less volume. So it did a lot easier. It moved a lot further, a lot more easily. So that's the premise of a 4-point turning bar. It's also a reversal signal, so it has to set up going against the step and the trend of the market. Does that make sense, Ray? And for me, ideally, I like it off pivots. Cool. Perfect. 4-point turning bars, minimum of 2, probably even 3. I prefer off pivots only. You guys know I only like pivots, taking pivot trades. And I also find it always has to be within your risk parameters, all trades. But 4-point turning bars, as soon as they're over your wrist, they've probably burnt a lot of volume. So it's just extra reason to only take 4-point turning bars if they're well inside your risk parameters. But that goes with every trade. Um, Technically on FDAX, this was actually one here as well, because that was an SBR, this big red one. Oh, no, it wasn't. It just too much. I think just too much volume. That almost, if the volume was less than the previous candle, which it almost was, that was be a 4-point turning bar off a pivot on FDAX, and that's why it went so well. It was about uh, between 5 to 10 points. Anyway, it's a great question, mate. Guys, it's a good opportunity. If you do have questions or need me to go over anything, this is sort of the time to do it. The last 15 minutes, we don't normally take trades. The market, well, FDAX volume is actually increasing, which is weird, but cool. We might get a nice reversal at the turn of the hour. So if you've got any questions or want me to go over anything, send it through now. Oh, how'd you do that, Rob? All right, let's see if I can remember how to do it. Oh, sorry, Lindsay. So you want to go into your indicators. Okay, go into your samurai and then simply find volume excess and you can click add it, or just double click it and it'll come on over. I think I've already got it on, so I'm going to remove that and that should work. No worries. Oh, we're getting some beautiful trades set up. I hope it stays this way for the turn of the hour. All right, team. Last 5 minutes. We definitely don't take any trades. In the last 5 minutes, no matter how good they look, this is what we call the Widowmaker candle. This is the one that buries hopes and dreams. The reason being is the last 5 minutes is the closure of the closure of 15-minute candles, 30-minute candles, 60-minute candles, sometimes 4-hour candles. So a lot of things can happen in the last 5 minutes. That candle can react quite differently to what we're used to. Oops, I've still got FESX on. Just waiting, guys. I'm still here, guys. Just sort of waiting for this candle to close and give us a position. Could be, hopefully. So a lot of the 15-minute charts, beautiful 15-minute SBR on NQ. I'm sure S&P is the same, setting up. Um, that's going to be potentially a 4-point turning bar on NASDAQ. Yes, Ray, 100%. 100% much safer to wait for fibs. Some days we just get this. If you do waiting for pivots, I mean, much safer to wait for pivots on days like this when it's just falling or if it's just blowing to the high side. FDAX was a really good example of that yesterday. So for 2 days straight, it was just rallying to the high side, just running away, racing. And then where was our session here? And then it was just running, running, running. Like, look at this run, 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 run. Then we got an SBR off our pivot, off the R2, resistance 2, and it went short. Last night, not that we were trading, it failed at the pivot again and went short. All right, so FDAX, really good example of that in the most recent times. NQ, that's just an efficient candle long. It's not outside the range, so I can't send you long on that candle. Neither I can on ES. FDAX, your volume's too low, so I can't send you long on anything. So after waiting 15 minutes patiently, we're waiting another 5 minutes. Sorry. And the risk is too much. Yes, Jeff. Yeah, anyway, back to your question, Ray. Yes, definitely pivots are much safer when it's falling like this. I didn't mind. I think it was the NQ reversal here. Because there was 3 different extensions overlapping and a 76, which is my favorite. Okay, and once we got the lower low, there was a beautiful long setup. So because there were so many different types of points of resistance, that was probably the most valid trade, or probably the safest trade we had on the American markets. But otherwise, if you want the highest percentage trade, you're just waiting for pivots. So I hope that answers your question, mate. You went long off that. Well done, Remy. Remy, I thought you were over fantasy KPI and going home. Or going, it's not going home. Finishing for the day. Well done, Jeff. Enjoy your evening. I think you're on the East Coast. Uh, too much fun. Uh, no worries. Uh, it's not Rob, it's Lindsay, isn't it? Yeah, I got that one right. I was just waiting, team. So no trades because we're inside the last minute. FDAX, your volume is annoyingly low. Of course, in the last 15 minutes, your volume picked up, and now that we can take a trade, we can't. Nazi, nothing for you. Sorry. And S&P, nothing for you. Very frustrating. If you guys have any other questions or want me to go over anything, please ask now. There's nothing no trades I can put you into in the next candle. Ah, come on, FDAX. Very annoying. Quite often we see this, guys, is the markets turn on the hour. No, the color of the SBR doesn't matter, Caleb. It's just the ratio. So it really doesn't matter on the color of it. Yeah, it's all about the ratio. So for example, like this was an SBR here. It's a doji, so which means it really hasn't got any color. So that's actually an absolutely beautiful SBR. Um, Unfortunately, we was entering the last 15 minutes, and that's exactly why we didn't take it. Okay. Um, because they just don't react, they just don't respond well. Trades just don't respond as well in that last 15 minutes. Um, and it was off Fibonacci extension. So when it's off pivots and inside the cash, well, the first 45 minutes, they go a lot better. But yeah, the color doesn't matter at all. Well, we're looking at for the ratio. So that one's obviously what 100 times smaller than that. Where's one on FDAX? I think that one from like there's a green SBR we went short um on FDAX. Just using FDAX, I remember seeing a few good ones. Um, Another green SBR we went short. A red SBR we went long there, or we could have gone. Yeah. Red SBR we went short. So the color really doesn't matter at all. Red SBR there. It's just about the ratios. So I hope that answers your question, mate. Yes, can we look to go short? Uh, Off the 141 if it fails. Oh, that's more a static bar continuation. So if that's your trade, there is an entry there at 475. Because the step and the trend are still down, so it's technically not a reversal. But if that is your part of your trading plan, you're basing it that look, it's not going up really well. You can look to go short. If you're talking about the higher high here on that reversal, that 141 is actually on the way down. So it's not technically valid as a double touch reversal, if that's your question. The double touch reversal would have to be something down here to then go long. Yeah, cool. Okay. Yeah, Cole, like the higher highs and lower lows work well in all scenarios, but the best scenario is if the market and that is coming down, we want the lower low and then going long. So this really isn't off anything, like you're just taking it because there's a higher high based off that candle. So I want this to be at the peak of the market. Well, this is at the low of the market. So the next higher high you could potentially take is, say, if it came right back up to here. So higher high up here, then short. Does that make sense? So for the step to occur, you need a lower low and then the high. So it made the high, it needs to pull back here, make that low, and then make the high again. That's to take a nice clean step. Some will say that yes, because it's just made the higher high, that's the step. But for my understanding, and maybe I'll get clarity with Lockie to make sure we're on the same page with that. The step is still down, just it's made the higher high, just good. It now needs, it's made a high, I should say, because it's broken that part. So that step's still down. It's down. So the step, it's still stepping down. So here we got the first leg of a step up. We need to pull back and then have a high again up here. Yeah, cool. Well, I might check with Lockie, Cole. I just want to make sure that because he has updated the course since I did it. So maybe I'll check in with him just to make sure we're on the same page because I don't want to lead you astray. But when I first learned, that's how it was. So um, and I'll stay in draw mode. So this is this. Oh, come on. This is still the step down. So now we've come back up. So the step is still down. Now that it's made the low, once it makes a high, like an ABC, then the step is now back up. That's how I look at step. Awesome, Andrew. Good to hear. And Andy, thank you, mate. Thank you for the kind words. Have a great evening. And well done, Andrew. Good job again, mate. So yeah, Cole, that's my interpretation. But you know what? Let's double check with Lockie. I did this course many years ago with him. So perhaps the interpretation's changed. Kind of like with double touch reversals and double failure reversals, there was a language update as well. So let's just make sure we're all singing from the same hymn sheet. But some people just take reversals based off ratios, and that is completely fine, providing that is part of your plan. But yeah, all my research and study on the higher highs and lower lows is if you're wanting the lower low, like we did up here, it was at the bottom of the market. So we were coming down. It's right at the bottom of the market there. Then we go long. FDAX was right at the high of the market. So we got the higher high and then we went short. So I wouldn't go a higher high here on the 50 and go short. That's just how I do it. You guys, if you've tried and tested and had great success, do not let me hold you back. Like I said, my strategy runs at a very, very high success rate. So I just stick to that. And it only happens 2 or 3 times a week. You may still run at a high success rate and get more trades. That's amazing. If that's the case, let me know. I want in. All right. Sorry, that's an efficient candle short on NQ. Entry price at 66. Sorry, I was a bit slow to give you that. Retrace rejection. Your risk is going to be too much, probably. 16, 30, you're looking around 70 ticks, 65, 70 ticks of risk. Yes, it's only 1 times efficient. I prefer minimum of 2, but there is an entry there, 102.75, if that is your trade. NASDAQ is paid. Sorry if I talked you out of that. My apologies. By the time I gave you the price, it did pull back enough to get in. The risk was too much for me personally. FDAX was still parked because of volume. All right, let's see now where potentially this could go. So because we're starting to break through some of our Fibonacci, we can remove it. Yep, 60 min lower low off a 90 if that is your trade setup. Uh, anything here? Anything here? Nice, Remy. I hope this time you're actually going, not because I don't like having you, but because I know you're well and truly over your KPI. What have we got? No worries, Paul. Very tough conditions. FDAX didn't really provide too much for me either. Broke a lot of my rules, so I couldn't get in. Yes, this is your most recent fib extension. Now, let's see if it honors it. Nice, Tim. Hope you had a good evening, buddy. See you tomorrow. We're at the 100 of that extension. No new trades as we're in the last 90 seconds now. Just going to look at larger charts. Where is the 4-hour 50? Oh, that was drawn the other way. Okay, that one can go. $60 50 has been surpassed. That's too far away. All right, NASDAQ. This is a purely ratio game. You're getting SBRs off the 4-hour 90. Okay, if that is your trade setup, you've got a V2 long there as well, which looks really nice. Once this closes, you're going to go 2 ticks outside the range, long at 870 even. Looking at the risk, what's the risk? It's going to be about 60 ticks at risk. So really depends upon your risk profile. All right. Retrace rejection, you can go long. If it gets deeper, you can look at taking this V2 long as well, if that is part of your trading plan. Yes, you have the same trade set up. You're just off extensions, though. You aren't off pivots. Retrace rejection, very nice ratios. You're long at 103.75. FDAX, your volume's still too low, so I just can't put you into anything. I'm sorry, guys. So NQ, you want the retrace and rejection. Just a reminder, most risk profiles are 50 ticks, so it may be too much. It's going to keep a lot of people out. It is only off Fibonacci. Nothing else. Some of you might already be long, calling that a double touch reversal off the 90. If you're a 4-hour 90, well, it's a 60-minute 90. Sorry. Trade. Okay, so there's a lot of caveats to that trade setup, that SBR, but the ratios are great. So depending on if you took that V2 or if you're going to take this one long. FDAX very sideways. Something I wicked up. Wicked up and reset that 4-hour SPR short on FESX, which is the same on FDAX. I think that even happened in our session. What am I talking about? This is a 4-hour chart. That's a static bar reversal off the 61.8, which we had yesterday. Found there, triggered, went short. It's now come back up. Give it a second opportunity. Had structure. What I mean by structure, look at this Fibonacci retracement. 76 to the point. Failed and has gone short again. Well done. So that SBR did pay. So well done, everybody who got on that. I did give you the caveat, you'd have to be able to hold the risk. ES is also paid, but ratio-wise, that's an absolutely beautiful trade. So SBRs on both US markets, it's basically like a catalyst. They work so well in synergy. You're through 40s now if you're holding. So generally, if the risk is over your profile, your normal profile, to sort of balance that out, if you can hold the risk, even though it's outside of your trading plan, you're going to have to go for a larger target. So well done, Cole. Great trade. If Remy pops back up and says plus 50 again, I swear, because he was supposed to leave 2 or 3 times. Cheers, well done. Yeah, me too, Diane. Careful taking that V2 NASDAQ just because of the risk. But if you're long, that's a good indicator that this could continue long. The only thing, there might be a 76 in the way, just eyeballing that, and we're right at it now. Yeah, good idea. Good idea, Matt. Goes for everyone, guys. If you are at, near, or over your KPI, daily goal, just disappear. I won't be offended, team. I'd be doing the same thing. In fact, that's part of my trading plan is as soon as I hit my target, I disappear. I am very, very good at entering more trades. So I've very much learnt my triggers and ticks and reasons for losing. So walking away is a big, big way for me to avoid taking losing trades. That's a big part of trading psychology is sometimes like you're not going to be perfect, but if you can understand where your downfalls are, putting in rules like and stops to sort of counteract that is huge. NASDAQ, that's a massive 4-point turning bar long. Okay. Your risk is probably going to be way too much. That V2 still nice. Because that's 76, I'm a little hesitant. If you're still long, this is a good indicator that it keep going long. Again, the issue is that 76. So please make sure you've locked in a lot of profit. FDAX still nothing for you. Yes, same for you. You've got a nice 4-point turning bar long. Setting up, you're probably going to be into that 76 too. No, you've actually got a much nicer trade or easier trade. Entry will be at 105.50. The 76 is at 106. So just be careful if you do take it long and it gets into that area. All right. Guys, any last questions? Or if you need help managing a trade, let me know. Ray, I love that. That is an amazing message. Congratulations on a great week. And enjoy your weekend, mate. I will see you next week. Enjoy. Thanks for tuning in, mate. I know you're up nice and early. Where is my? All right. No worries, Jess. I'm glad you're getting a lot out of this. All right, the few minutes go. Welcome back.
How are
How
you
are you?
doing, guys? How was the session?
It was tricky today. Market was in a little bit of a free fall, so we had to be a bit careful, but we did get some of our absolute textbook setups, which was nice. So we got one here, absolutely beautiful. Everyone managed to get profit. And we just had one late. The only issue was the risk for some people, but it was textbook. FDAX was hard because the volume super low today. Not sure what's happening over in Europe. They're just not being kind to us today, not giving us the volume we want.
It happens. It happens. I feel like this is also like a learning experience, right? Only having amazing, and only super fruitful days is literally unrealistic. And we are here
Yes.
to trade realistically, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's sort of something I teach. Like my trade setup runs at a very high percentage, the one that I take, but it only comes 2 or 3 times a week. And once you've got that confidence and you build up your account, 2 to 3 trades a week is all you need.
That's really, really true. Cody, first of all, thank you so much for helping us out today. Thank you so much for hosting the live trading room. We love having you around. We love seeing you from time to time, not only Lachlan, but also yourself. It's really fun
Oh,
to
thank you.
diversify a little bit. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this live trading room session, that you've managed to learn a thing or two, a little bit about risk management, a little bit about different strategies. So I'm really, really happy that you guys actually managed to achieve a few things here today. And Cody, I hope to see you again soon.
Yes,
No,
hopefully
perhaps
you'll see me.
on other projects that we might do together. Who knows?
Oh, I could be, I could be persuaded, but no, I'm very excited if there are. We'll
Perhaps.
keep that
Guys,
a
thank you
secret
so
for
much.
now.
Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. Great job today. Great job. Round of applause. Oh, wait, there we go. Ah, look at that special guest.
He's
Do you
learning.
see
He's
this?
going to get his account soon.
Do you
Yeah,
see this? It's like
little
amazing.
baby
I
shadow.
love the puppy. I love the puppy. There is
All right.
not a better way to end this live trading room than to see a cute puppy and to wish everyone a nice weekend ahead. And I will see everyone in the live trading room, the trading pit, next Thursday, and the remaining people, I'm assuming also tomorrow, right, Cody?
Yep, I'll see the rest of you tomorrow, live trading room. I'm off for a sunset beach walk, so we'll see you guys later.
Iconic. See you.